Hello everyone, this is Manohar Reddy, Department of Cybersecurity, Institute of Aeronautical Engineering. Today I am going to discuss about the next concept of views in DBMS. Concept of views in DBMS. So views are also like the tables. So database having a different types of objects. Database having a different types of objects. In that all the objects, tables are all one object, and also views are also one object type. Views are also a one object type. So views are nothing but it is looks like a virtual table. It is looks like a virtual table. So now today we are going to discuss about all these views, how it works looks like a table. Its works looks like a table. We will see. So first of all, views in SQL. So a view is generally we can term it as a virtual object. It is a virtual object. But we are talking about in the database management system, it is a virtual table. It is a virtual table. So views in SQL are considered as a virtual table. So that is nothing but the table occupies the storage, but the views cannot occupy the storage. So a view also contains a rows and columns. So whatever the table contains rows and columns, as same as a virtual table, that is nothing but a view also contains the rows and the columns. So to create the view, we can select the fields from one or more tables present in the table database. So we can select the fields from one or more tables present in the database. So we can create one table and we can create multiple tables. But we are creating views for one table or multiple tables. So that is what we mentioned here. And a view can either have a specific rows based on a certain condition or all the rows of the data, all the rows of the table. So if you want to create a view for specific rows, you can create. Or else if you want to create a view for all the rows of the data, then you can create. So this is what you have to understand from these views. So we are creating the views. We can create the views, we can update the views, we can delete the views, we can insert the values into the views as same like how we are doing with the tables. So now first one is what? Creating a view. So a view can be created using create view statement. To creating the table, we can write create table along with the table name. In the same way, we can create the view also by create view name. By create view name. So we can create a view from a single table or multiple tables. So based on that single table or multiple tables, you can create a view. The syntax followed like this: a create view, a view name. This is the view name. As is a keyword. Select columns. You have to select the columns from table name. Where condition. Where on what condition you are going to create view for the particular tables. For the particular tables. So you can create a view for one table or a view for multiple tables. So on what basis, on what condition basis you are going to create the view. So you have to mention that all in this syntax. So what is the syntax here? Create view and view name as select column 1, column 2. Select column 1, column 2 from table name. That is you are going to select one table. On where condition. On where condition. So this is the syntax for creating view. So creating view from a single table. So creating view from single table. So how we see here. In this example, we can create a view named details view. This is the name of the view is details view. Name of the view is details view from the table student detail. So this is the table name. Student detail is the table 1. Is the table 1. So we are going to create this view, details view for this student detail. We are going to create a details view for the student detail table. So we can create here. So as syntax follows, create view. View name is what? Details view. As select name comma address. Select name comma address from student details, where the condition is what? Student underscore ID. This is the column name. This is the column name from the table. That is the column name from the table. Student underscore ID less than 4. Less than 4. Then whoever the student ID is less than 4, that all the details of student details will take it in the view name as details view. So all the fields are going to create in the details view. Details view. So this is the syntax to create a view from a single table. So we have to select the table and we have to mention the view name and how many columns you want to add it in that view, and also on what condition you are going to create the view. So just like table query, we can query the view to view the data. So if you want to if you want to retrieve the data, if you want to see the data from the table, generally we can use this syntax, select star from table name. So the same way here also we can see the content of the view by writing select star from the view name, that is details view. This is the creating view from single table. While coming to the creating view from multiple tables, so we can select the multiple tables. From that all the multiple tables, how we are going to create the view. So see, view from multiple tables can created by simply including multiple tables in the select statement. In the given example, a view is created named as marks view. This is the view name which we are going to create right now from two tables. On what two tables? One is student details and student marks. This is the second table. So student underscore details is the first table. Student underscore marks is the second table. From these two tables, I am going to create a view. Called as marks view. The view name is what? Marks view. So we'll see here. Query. How can we write to creating a view from multiple tables? See here. Create view marks view. This is the view name. Marks view as select student details dot name, means the column name from the student underscore detail table, and student underscore detail dot address also from the student detail table. Marks column from the student underscore marks table. So here we are taking the fields name comma address from the student underscore detail table and marks from the student underscore marks table. So here we are showing that two tables we are taking. On these two tables we are going to create view. So from student underscore detail is one table name and student underscore marks is another table name, where the condition is what? Student underscore detail dot name equals to, the name should be matched in between those two tables. So the name column from the student underscore detail table is matched with the name column from the student underscore marks table. So now after matching these fields, marks or name column from those two table is matched, then the view is going to be created. So we have to mention that the fields from the first table and also mention from fields from the second table. After mentioning the fields from the two tables, you are going to give the condition the common field from those two tables are to be matched. The common field from the two tables to be matched. So once those two fields match up, then a view is going to be created. So this is the way you can create the view. You can create the view from single table and a view from multiple table. Next, how can we delete the view? So deleting view. A view can be deleted using a drop statement. So drop is used to drop the view name or table. Anything you can drop that. So syntax is what? Drop view name. So drop view table, drop table name. However, the syntax is working on for dropping the table. The same syntax is working for view also. Drop view name. So example, if you want to delete view marks view, so the marks view is the view name. So how we are going to delete that view is drop view. The view name is what? Marks view. Now the marks view is going to be deleted. So this is the way you can understand to creating the view and creating a view from single table, creating a view from multiple tables, and how to delete the view. We will see an example by how we are going to creating views. So this is one example for creating the view. So consider the customer's table. Customer table. So we already created the customer table. That customer table contains the fields what? ID, name, age, address, salary. ID, name, age, address, salary with the following all the record values. So with this table, how we are going to create the view? See here. So following is an example to create a view from the customer table. This view would be used to have the customer name and age from the customer's table. So here we can see ID, name, age, address, salary. These are all the attributes from the customer's table. But now what I am going to do here, I am going to create a view for customer name and age. Only for these two columns, only for these two fields, I am going to create a view. So how we are going to create a view is going to be, see here. So create view. This is the view name. Customers underscore view is the view name. As select what we are selecting from the table, name and age. We are selecting a name and age from the customer table. So with these two fields only, I am going to create a view for this customer table. So this is also called as creating a view from single table, because we are taking only one table, that is customers table. So in that customer tables, we are having multiple fields, but among all that fields, I am going to take only those two fields called name, age. With these two fields, I am going to create a view, that is customers underscore view. Now you can query customers underscore view in similar way as you query an actual table. So now you can see the content from this view. So what we are going to display actually. So to display the content, to retrieve the content, to display the content, what we are going to type, select star. From select statement we are applying here. So select star from table name. That applies same here. Select star from the view name is what? Customers underscore view. That view name is what? Customers underscore view. So after taking this syntax, select star from customers underscore view, the following would produce the result. The following will produce the result. So name and age. Only we have taken these two fields only, so that with these two fields, the view is going to be displayed here. So this is the way you can create the view from based on the particular fields and displaying the values. And next, updating a view. So you can update values in the view also, as like you are updating values in the table. So how we are doing update in the table actually? So we can write the syntax: update, set some value, table, where condition, right? Update, set some value, where condition. So the same thing we are going to do here. So a view can be updated under certain conditions which are given below. So updating view is happening in the database management system, but based on the certain conditions, So what will see what the conditions are applied to updating the views. The select class may not contain the keywords distinct. So select class may not contain the keyword distinct. So that means select with a distinct class never work for updating view. And the next one, select class may not contain summary functions. Select class may not contain summary functions. And the next one, select class may not contain set functions. So summary functions are aggregate functions. Some functions minimize, maximize, all count functions. Those are all summary functions. Those will not work with the select statement. Similarly, select class may not contain set functions. May not contain set functions, union function, union all functions, intersection functions. So these all are set operators and set functions. These are all may not contain. The next one, select class may not contain an order by class also. Order by class also. Next, the from clause. From clause may not contain multiple tables. From clause may not contain multiple tables. And the where clause may not contain subqueries. So from clause may not contain multiple tables, as well as where clause may not contain subqueries. Where clause may not contain subqueries. The query may not contain group by or having. And the query, whatever you want to updating the view, that query may not contain group by or having. Group by or having. And calculated columns may not be updated. Calculated columns may not be updated. All not null columns from the base table, all not null columns from the base table must be included in the view in order for the insert query to function. Insert query to function. So all not null columns from the base table must be included in the view in order for the insert query to the function. Insert query to the function. So these are all some certain conditions to updating the view. So what are the conditions? So select class may not contain the keyword distinct. Select class may not contain the summary functions. Select class may not contain the set functions or set operators. Select class may not contain any order by function or group by function or having function. And from clause may not contain multiple tables. And where clause may not contain subqueries. Like this, all the some conditions were satisfied. Some conditions were satisfied. You have to satisfy them. Then you can proceed to update the view also. So if a view satisfies all the above mentioned rules, then you can update the view is like following. So the following code block has an example to update the age of Ramesh. So in the previous if you see, the age of Ramesh is what? 32. The age of Ramesh is what? 32 in the view, right? Now what we are going to do? Now I am going to set age equals to 35 where name Ramesh. So in the previous we have 32 for the Ramesh age. Now what we are going to do? I am going to update the age of Ramesh is 32 to 35. So the update command is like you can follow like a table. So update table name like that. Update view name, set. What we are going to set attribute? The age attribute you are going to set. So age equals to 35 where name equals to Ramesh. So after typing this query, after executing this query, this would ultimately update the base table customers and the same would reflect in the view also. So it is happening in the both table as well as view also. Now try to query the base table and the select statement will produce the following result. So once you updated through this view, it automatically updated in the base table also. It automatically updated in the base table also. That's why it produces the following output with the help of with the age. Updated age is 35 for the Ramesh attribute, for the Ramesh value. So this is the way you can update the view. Update the view. And next one, inserting rows into a view. Inserting rows into a view. So rows of data can be inserted into a view. The same rules that apply to the update command also apply for the insert command. So however you are going to update the command, update the view, so whatever the rules you are going to apply, so that all the rules are applicable to this inserting command also. Inserting command. Here we cannot insert rows in the customer's view. We cannot insert the rows in the customer's view because we have not included all the not null columns in the view. All columns not included in the view because we are taken only two columns, name and age. So that if you take all the columns from the base table, then you can able to insert all the values. But now only we have taken two values, name and age, so that we cannot we cannot insert all the rows in the customer view. In this view, otherwise you can insert rows in view similar ways as you can insert them into the table. So if the table fields and viewed fields are same, then you can insert rows into the view. But here in this view, the fields that are not matching with the field size is not matching with the table size actually. So that's why we are not going to inserting rows here. If you want to insert rows, then you can take all the fields from the base table, name, age, ID, and all the fields. Right. So this is the way we can understand to inserting rows in the view. Next, deleting rows into view. So rows of data can be deleted from view. The same rules that apply to the update and insert commands apply to the delete command also. Following is an example to delete record having age. So you can perform the delete operation on what you have in the view, what you are having the fields in the view. If you have the fields name and age in the view, but if you want to delete other ID or something, it is not included in the view because the view can have only name and age fields. So you can delete from the view only those fields. So now I am going to delete from customers underscore view where age equals to 22. So that means it directly deletes the row where age equals to 22. However, the age is 22. The field is going to be deleted here. So after deleting that to 22, so in the previous value we have, see this 22 is for what? Komal. 22 is what? Komal. So now after taking this step, deleting rows into view, so it is going to be deleted. This would ultimately delete a row from the base table customers, and the same would reflect in the view itself. Now try to query the base table and select the statement would produce the following result. So here the 22 age is not having because the 22 age record is deleted. 22 age is recorded. Komal 22 age is going to be deleted here. So after deleting, this is having the table. This is the table we are having. So this is the way you can delete. You can perform the delete and update the view, delete the view, and insert the view. And dropping views. So how we are going to drop the views? So however we are dropping the tables, the same way we are dropping the views also. So following is an example to drop the customer's view from the customer's table. So the drop is the command view and the customer's view. This is the view name you are going to drop. So this is the way we can execute drop commands. We can execute drop command and delete commands or update commands and insert commands. So in this session, what we understood, so creating views, we can create the views as like we creating the tables. So that's why we can have the syntax like this. So creating views as like we creating the tables. So view name as like a table name, and taking the fields, selecting the fields are must very important to creating the view. Selecting the fields are must very important to creating the view, and from table name on where condition also. So you can create the views from single table or multiple tables. You can create the views from single tables or multiple tables. So if you want to create the single table, you can create like this. So create view name as select fields from single table, and where condition. And if you want to create a view from multiple tables also, you can follow like this. You can follow like this. So taking the columns from the two tables, and condition is what? Where condition. On where condition, you can match up with the columns from those two tables, and deleting the view, dropping the view, and how to update the view, how to insert the records into the view, and how to delete the records from the view. So creating the views, and updating the view, and updating the view, deleting the records from the view, and dropping the view. So this is what we understood from this session. Thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.